So guys, this will be a video of me highlighting shadow skills because the previous video was not that good and I gained a lot more knowledge about shadow. So what I'm going to do is first do a quick explanation of all of the skills and how to use them. Afterwards some combos and then some connectors, so please stay tuned. So for now we got like Vital Thrust, which has a second edition if you hold the left mouse button, and it's really easy to hit. Then we have Dual Chain Strike, which is not that good. I maxed it in this build and I really regret it. So for everyone that wants to try out something new, don't. Just no, just don't do it. Then we have Lift Kick, which is a 1-point wonder. Just level it once and it is pretty good. Dual Turn Slash. So this skill is pretty good as well. Side note, this thing gives a little invisible frame at the startup. You can use this against rushes and other types of skills. Then we have Ankle Cutter, and the best addition to Ankle Cutter is you can hit people when they're on the ground, so it is pretty good. Same for Super Saiyan, which is Poison Storm, and this one grants semi-super armor. For those of you that don't know, semi-super armor can get like interrupted when people use hard knock moves or up knock moves, anything of the sort, or grabs as well. So for the next move we have Deceptive Cutter, which does first hit stun, and if you click left mouse button it will do the uppercut. So if you use this for a stun, you can grab and make an easy stun combo. This cannot be left and right mouse button countered, so that's something you should know. Then we have one of the most safe skills in this game, and it is really good, is Rising Slash. Little note, at the beginning of the frames, if you look carefully, it has this white aura, which is invisible frame, and then it transitions into blue aura, which is semi-super armor. So that's pretty good. We have Shadow Decoy, which is up on hit from frontal. You are able to vanish and actually not get hit by anything. So it is pretty good. Then we have Violent Shadow, 3 dashes. Most of them are semi-super armor, and while you're dashing you cannot be hit, but the moment you are framed into the small dash position you can get hit, so make sure you time those perfectly. You can just use them like this. It's pretty good. Next up we have the best skill ever, Vital Spiral. I use this all the time, I maximize it as well, and it is the same for most of the damage skills. For Deceptive Cutter I keep it level 1 because I never use more than one hit. I always use that. And Shadow Talon, the last one, like one of the last skills, is a pretty decent skill, but I'm not sure whether it's worth all of the 6 levels. For PvE it is really good. It grants semi-super armor and a little bit invisible frame at the end, if I'm correct, but due to like the heavy frames here I'm not able to judge that. Then we have Shadow Star, which also stuns if I hit it. Wow, this guy is amazing. So if you stun someone like that, you have various options which you can do. You can jump air steal and do something. You could use this into shadow grabs. And then we have Speed Buff, which is by far the best skill ever because more speed equals bigger side dashes like this. So once again side dash, once again side dash, and they will gradually become bigger the more attack speed you have. And for the other buff we have Envenom, which grants an additional hit on every hit that you do. So this skill is actually quite good because the moment you hit more than once in a combo, your hits will downscale, and this way you can actually use like small hits like this. It hits about 3 times, and these will hit about, I don't know, 8 times consecutively, and that will have the additional hit and that one doesn't downskill. So that's what makes this skill so good. So that's for all of the action skills. And now for the passive skill, or like the command skills. Dagger expertise. On every auto attack you hit more. I keep it level 1 because it's not that good. Shadow step still level 1, you can't put anything other in it. So if you get more speed, your shadow step will become bigger, and it is pretty good to gain distance or distance yourself from enemies. So in either case it's a really good skill, and possibly like the most important skill to learn in this class. So we have grab throw, the increased range of throwing. I'm not sure what it does, or it's like I'm not sure whether it's the actual range that you throw someone. So you throw someone away and the distance becomes more, or the actual grab distance itself. So if I stand here and I max it, I should be able to grab. I'm not sure how that works yet. Still gotta figure that out. I will post that later on in the comment sections if I know how to. Then we have crouch. Still not really sure whether to max this skill, but it is really good. So up on hit you have an invisible frame, and that works against possibly all of the skills except up hit skills. So back and upper, rising slash and such will still hit. Whether to max it or not, it will decrease the cooldown, which is pretty good in my opinion. But because you have right mouse button which gives you an invisible frame, I'm not sure whether to max it, but it is really good against rangers. That's all I can tell. Eagle kick is a jump F. There we go. Eagle kicks is really good, just 1 point, that's it. Side break, I recommend maxing it because it does so much damage for just 10 points, and you can use it easily in one of these combos. So you can just air grab, there we go, and then you move on. It is so easy to land, or when someone is on the ground you can use it like this, and it is so good for damage. Dual air shatter kick, so you can actually kick in the air. Pretty good to gain distance as well. What I see most people use is, if you use rising, then if you don't have air steal, you lose like a lot of mobility. So the moment you drop down here, it's easy for other people to punish you if they actually count like all of your skills. So what you can do is get out of a situation like that with dual air shatter kick, whatever. So rising combination, it is the addition to rising slash, so that makes you able to do the air hits. Kneeling crash, okay, this one is, I need to highlight this one because I use it in a combo very often. I keep this at level 1 because that way it's the easiest to combo with, and I'm gonna show you this combo for now, and it is by far one of the strongest combos that I have. And you can even, if you dash forward and do something like this, you can still combo afterwards, and it is so easy to land. So level 1 kneeling crash is just enough to do this stuff. Air steal, this is by far one of the most fun skills I have in my opinion, because the moment I'm up in the air I can be left, right, down, up. So I can teleport down, I can teleport to the right, to the left, and basically everywhere I want. To aim this skill, to show you, for example, let me just hit it. There you go. I air steal to the ground and do it like that. Also a variation of air steal. Shadow Talon, so what I do is I shadow grab, kick, air steal, and shadow talon. It is really easy to hit, but you gotta time it properly. And so there are like many ways, even some fun stuff like that. You can use air steal at so many points, but it is so good. and that way you can adjust like real easy combos. If you just land 3 of these hits and you're not landing the next one, you can air steal straight to their face and just use a ground knockup move and let that be it. So dual vital cut is the addition to that hit, and you shouldn't do more than level 1, and I'm gonna show you why. If you don't do the additional hit, then you're not able to use either swallow touch or shadow grab afterwards. So I'm not sure how I'm going to show this, but just take note that if you don't use this skill, or at least level 1, then you won't be able to do it. And it's just one hit, so it skills really bad, so level 1 is just enough. Swallow touch level 1, just the same, is a real 1-point wonder, and it resets the altitude timer, and I will just explain that a little bit later on in the video. And there we have dual dash. This skill actually becomes more or you gain more distance the more you level this skill, so it is a really good skill to level up. Then dual double turn slash, well, this is the addition to the second turn slash, which doesn't scale good as well, so I only left it at 1 point. There, for all of the masteries, I suggest increasing everything except for the violent shadow addition, because it takes up 15 points for PvE skills, and to be honest, I don't PvE that much, or I don't think it's that necessary, so please don't use that skill. Then you have a few options to do. You could always do a HP increase. That's not even an option, you need to do that. MP increase is optional. You don't have to do it unless you spam like a lot. If you get perfect gear, you will get the additional MP as well, so that's still an option. If you lack MP during PvP, then by all means do it. Then we have the biggest addition, critical increase. There has been a lot of discussing about accuracy weapons, and the way I do it right now, I got 9 in critical increase and I have 1 accuracy weapon. Whether this really works or not is still subjective, because I don't know the actual numbers, I haven't really checked them, but I feel that it works. And in theory, every hit that you do with Envenom gets another proc, so if you miss one of those hits, you will miss Envenom as well. So the more hits you do, the more Envenom procs. So in this case, with a class like this, or a class that doesn't hit like very often, you need to have that little accuracy. So yeah, that's basically for all of the skills, and now I'm going to do some combos, some easy combos, some advanced combos, some tricks that I use, and let's just see where I end up. So for starting, I almost always use Deceptive Cutter into normal grab, but this is more a combo transition. Let's get that to another part, so let's just do something fun. And here comes shadow grab. Do I still have kick? I do. So yeah, I've done a few things and I mixed them up. I'm explaining them to you. So when someone is on the ground, let's kick him to the ground. You can ankle cutter, 1 auto attack, turn slash, rising, and then you can either kick him down straight up, air steal into swallow touch. So let me just show you that one. There we go. And that is the combo. Let me just repeat it once more. Rising, 1 hit, kick, air steal, swallow touch. It is real easy to hit, and in PvP this will reset the altitude timer. With altitude timer I mean that the more hits I do in the air, the faster the enemy will drop. And with an altitude timer reset, I mean it's a grab, or someone is on the ground and you use a forced get up skill like ankle cutter, like Super Saiyan, and everything, so keep that in mind. So once again, ankle cutter, auto attack, turn slash, there we go, teleport, and just move on. It is really not that hard, you just need to practice. So here comes the new one, and that is one of the combos I use frequently. So once again, kick him to the ground, you use kneeling crash. Oh, what Shouldn't kick him to the ground like that. So let's just get him to the ground, move up a bit. So kick, side break, vital thrust, or what's it called, deceptive cutter. So once again, there, kick, side break, deceptive cutter, shift E. What you can do actually is use it like this. You can use this into that. So what the difference was, I used deceptive cutter into dual vital into shadow grab. So once again, now it's shift E. Whoops, that's not the combo I was. And of course I missed it like a gazillion times as well, because it's not really the easiest thing to do. So I recommend using this stuff with shift E, because getting a vital thrust after that one, while people just hop off your daggers, then it is not really that good. So for the last time, kneeling crash, lift, kick, side break, deceptive cutter, and then shift E if you land it. So I'm a fucking sissy right now. Some other combos, let's see what I can do. Yeah, one of the main damaging skills, shift E, kneeling crash into vital spiral. This does the most damage, and even if you have M venom, you can take out maybe 50, maybe 17k HP if you hit everything. And this is not the only way you can combo vital spiral. I found out like yesterday one combo where you can do it as well, but you can do it in so many ways. So let me just show you all of the ways possible. So there we go, all of the hits in. And the other one was ankle cutter, and do it like this. Wow. But these are really hard to land, and there's like no room for error. So I just recommend shift E, kneeling crash, vital spiral. It's really easy to hit. Some of the people ask me how to use Shadow Talon in like combos. I can show you. It's really easy. So here we go. Shadow grab, jump F, air steal, Shadow Talon, and then you can just move on and do anything you like. So that is a way to combo this one. Or you can use it, ankle cutter, auto attack, there we go. And this, I just called it the blender because I can. So once again, auto attack 180 degrees, Shadow Talon. And it is really easy to land, and you can still combo afterwards. You can do either this and grab someone, and then just use like silly combos once again. And this is one of the main skills that I use, and it looks the most fancy as well. So I'm gonna move on to Violent Shadow. So just like I showed you, you air shatter kick, you hit him, you press F one more time while rotating the camera just a little bit, and you can just combo afterwards. You can use like a lot of variations to this, but I just, because it looks good, I use like dual flying shatter kick. It doesn't always hit properly, and especially not here. So here we go. And you can use anything afterwards. So I could use I tend to do this one because it resets the altitude timer as well. But when you use Violent Shadow, just go a little bit to the side, go back again to the side, and then just kick someone. But if you just miss one of them, once again, I don't miss it this time, but use air steal to just correct yourself, and then it should be okay. Let's see, do I have any other combos that are really necessary to explain? That one is probably one of the most used combos by most of the shadows. So it is Shadow Star into Shadow Grab. What you can use if you don't have Shadow Grab, you can do this. So you air steal, and you gain enough distance, because the teleport is fucking instant, so it is really good for doing anything else. Just a shout out to Nez. For the people that use this into Vital Spiral, never do it. Never ever do it, because you will never hit it. You will never ever hit it. Let's see, what else do I have? I think I used up like most of the things I use. Little tricks to rising slash. So when someone is on the ground and you lift them up and you rising slash straight afterward, then you will probably be able to combo afterwards like this. But with just rising slash, if you auto attack afterwards, you will always not hit the last hit. So what does make the actual difference? It is this one auto attack, these one or two auto attacks to make you actually hit the last hit. So what I do is do one auto attack after ankle cutter, and I'm able to hit that stuff all the time. So this is really good for delaying your own cooldown skills to get them off cooldown and then combo afterwards. So this works in every other edition as well. So like this time I kick, but it is pretty hard to time. There's just few ways to do this better than normal. If you use dual turn slash, then you need to be as close as possible to the enemy's hitbox, so practically be underneath it, because now I won't hit, or I will hit, so that was a little bit lucky. But you gotta practice this one to know when you're exactly going to hit or not. Some other people asked me, how do I actually just connect to people? Well, I'm not able to show you with PvP footage just yet. I will do that later on, so stay tuned for that. But what I usually do is, there's just so many ways to psych out people and then connect them with just that. So I just move out, and there's many things I can do with that air steal. I can teleport inside someone, use rising slash. I can go to the side, use deceptive cutter, grab into one of those hits and do something else. I can also teleport back and do something like this, or teleport in, shift E, and just grab someone. So there is like so many ways you can actually connect. Or you can go man mode and do a vital spiral, which in high levels will not ever work, so I suggest you shouldn't do that. So with air steal you can do a lot of things, but the main skill will be right mouse button click. So any move that someone does, you can right mouse button out of it and straight afterwards. So out of it and then deceptive cutter straight afterwards, the grab once again, so people will actually have to use their evasive counter or their evasive dash, because otherwise they will be able to use evasive hit instead of evasive dash. So that's something you should know. And always when you use deceptive cutter, use a grab afterwards. Do not do the second hit unless you don't hit the first part. So you gotta be really good on your reflexes to do something like that, but you need to practice that. There are several moments where you need to abuse rising slash. So for instance, picture this. I think most of the people have seen this already once. Against Blade Masters, they tend to use their evasive dash and turn it around and use auto attack straight afterward. So if you see one of those guys use one of those skills just like that, so I use the grab and someone instantly evasive dashes, then I just, to be safe, it's not even that I want to hit, I rising slash, because the first frame will give me invisible frame and the other one gives me auto like super armor or semi super armor, sorry, and that will give you so much of an advantage. You will always be safe, you will not get hit, and I I mean it seriously, you will be able to become way better by using this skill. You can also, if you see what's happening, you can right mouse button click out of it and be safe. Or even when you're really going man mode, you can use Shadow Talon to use like the last few frames of invisible frame. And that is about it. That's how you connect with this class. So once again, you use air steel to proper manner, or you use right mouse button into this, into something else. And for some advanced stuff, I will need to actually get some PvP footage to show you guys. Hope you guys learned something. I hope this video will give you guys a nice insight on how Shadow works, more than it did last time. And stay tuned. Peace out, boys.